Good morning, one and all. Myself Bhavani from Civil Department. Today I am going to give the lecture on sedimentation and population explosion. Why? Because this sedimentation and population explosion, these two are one of the biggest hazards we are going to face. And other than this disaster, these are all the environmental hazards we can say. Okay. And coming to this main part, that is sedimentation. What is meant by this? Sedimentation means it is the process by which the particles like soil, sand and other particles are transported and then deposited by the natural sources like wind, water and also the ice. Okay. But when this process can be occurred after this soil erosion. Why? Because at the time of the soil erosion, there will be so many eroded particles, and when these eroded particles, they will carried away and settle in some part. Means some part nothing but new location. It can be settled. Means that is called as the sedimentation here. Means taking the particles. Okay, taking the natural particles because of these natural sources like wind, water and also the ice. Because of these natural sources only, it can be deposited from one place to another, and to the new location it can be easily settled at that time, whether it may be soil particles or whether it may be vegetation also. It can be settled in the water bodies like rivers, oceans and also the lakes. Means when this sedimentation occur, means that will be a very big impact towards the means clogging of the water bodies. If this clogging occurred, means that will be a very big impact, and sometimes it may also cause the floods. Here in this picture you can see, means sedimentation is nothing but the losing of the soil particles or vegetation. When this losing of the particles occurred, means that will just carried out by these natural sources towards to the new place. Okay, that can be, means these particles can be easily go towards the water bodies and also go towards some very edge part like that. They can settle, means like in the mountainous region or hilly regions, they may settle at that time in a new location. Then in these water bodies, if these sediments occur, means they have to, means immediately we have to clean that one. Otherwise, some of the regions floods can also be happen at that time. Next one is key aspects of this sedimentation. And in these key aspects, first one means how these sediments can be occurred. Means why these sediments and how, means what are the sources of this sedimentation is transport of the particles. And in this transportation of the particles, these sediments can be carried out because of this water, wind and also the glaciers. Why? Because I already told you what is the meaning of this sources like water and also the wind. But when going towards this glacier, these glaciers can be seen in the very Himalayan region. When in this Himalayan region, when these overall in the summer season, that overall in the mountain Himalayan region, glaciers are going to be melted. Means when that melted glaciers or very big ice blocks, when they are flowing towards the downstream, means at that time in their way some soil or some vegetation can be seen, and at the means that overall this glacier flow will be very speed at that time. When they will flow towards the downstream, means that will also collect these soil particles and also it will collect that vegetation. And because of that collecting of the soil particles or collecting of the vegetation, there will be transportation, means transportation of the particles, and that these overall soil particles or vegetation, they will go and settle at some part. Okay, some new location. That will also leads to some clogging. Okay, and here what main thing of this, main aspect of this sedimentation is transport of the materials. And here when the energy of the transporting medium of that means this energy of the transporting medium, it determines the means overallly it will determines the size of the particles that can be moved easily. Means if the size of the particle is very small, means that small particles can be transported easily. But if that one is very big, means that removing of that particle from that place during this very fast moving of the water occurs, means that larger particles have to move, means that requires so much energy for the natural sources. So very small particles it can be removed easily, but large particles it will means so much energy should be there for this natural resources. And also, for example, we can say means a fast moving water can easily take the large particles sometimes. Okay, if the water flow will be very speed, means it can take the large particles like gravel and also the sand. Whereas slow moving water, it will only take the finer particles like silt, clay, etc. Okay, means you can see here, means here sometimes rolling of the materials can be seen, and also firstly these you can see this large like small gravel, sand, like that one. Means if the flow, means here you can see this is the water. If this flow of the water is very fast, means these large particles like gravel, sand can also be seen traveling through that water also. But slow moving can be seen only, it can only take the fine particles like silt and also the clay here. Okay. And next one is deposition. And here what is meant by this deposition means when any transportation, means when these natural sources, when they are transporting that soil particles, means sometimes it will lose its energy. Means water body when it is going from the upstream to downstream, that overall that fastness will be there by the water at that time, means full of energy. We can see that water, means coming from the upstream to downstream, there will be so much energy for the water. But when it is flowing towards normal very low level downstream, means it will be very low energy we can be seen at that time. So likewise here also, when any water sources, water bodies or any natural sources, it will be transporting with very less energy, means it can no longer carry that materials, whether it may be vegetation or whether it may be soil particles, gravel, like that one. Okay. Then what will happen? They have to settle in that area only. Means where this low energy occurred, there only these settlement of the particles can be seen. Okay. That is called as the deposition here. And in this deposition, this also may be occur in the very large areas. Why? Because where this flow of water can be slows down easily, and where this mouth of the river is there the deposition can be seen. And also wind speed is also decreased at some part. When this wind speed decreased also, their deposition can be can be seen immediately. Why? Because deposition occurred when there is low energy. Whether it may be because of the wind or whether it may be because of the water also, whether it may be any type of natural sources, deposition is occurred due to the low energy. Okay. Here you can see the picture. This is the deposition, means deposition of the particles or soil particles, like that one. Here this is nothing but the erosion. Erosion nothing but what? Just wiping out the soil particles. And here deposition nothing but staying of that soil particles in some area, whether it may be some new location. Next one is the formation of sedimentary layers. Here formation of the sedimentary layer can be takes place in the depositional environments. Why? Because here only sedimentary rocks or sedimentary layers can be formed easily. And how this can be formed means firstly, when this water or wind, they will just take out this overall soil particles or vegetation also. from this overall soil erosion, it will travel towards some water body or some other layer. Means when this erosion and transportation occurred, means after taking out the soil particles and also transportation occurred, from that one what will happen means it will take out that, means these natural sources, water, wind, they will take out that particles, soil particles and vegetation, and they make them travel towards the water bodies like rivers or lakes. Means they will go into the water body. Then what will happen? They will get deposited. Means they will get deposited in that new area. We can see this picture. Means loosely soil particles we can see, and after that one deposition is going to occur. Means deposition nothing but settlement. Okay. Here settlement of the soil particles can be seen, and next is compaction can be seen. Why? Because how this compaction can be done means it is nothing but the releasing of the moisture from the sedimentary layers. Means first one layer is going to be formed, next another layer is going to be formed. When layer by layer it is going to be formed means compaction is going to take place. Commonly that compaction can be takes place means it is the process. Okay, means one by one it is fallen means there will be pressure on the soil particles, means automatically they only go towards this compaction easily. Okay, and last one is cementation. Means these overall these crystals, means like salt crystals, this will give the layers to form the compact sedimentary rock here. Means after deposition of the overall materials of the soil particles, or whether it may be gravel, sand or silt also, it will deposit at some area, compaction can be done, and after this overall compaction over, then this cementation can be seen. That is the formation of the sedimentary layers. And next one is causes of the sedimentation. And in these causes of the sedimentation, what are the main causes we can see means natural erosion. Means these because of the natural sources like water or wind, we can see this sedimentation. Soil and also the rock can be easily eroded because of the natural sources. It can be because of this wind and also the water. It can be eroded from one area to the another area. Means it can be transported easily. And next one is deforestation. And in this deforestation, removing of the vegetation, it also causes the erosion and also the sediment entering waterways. Means it will give rise towards this sediment entering waterways here. This deforestation is biggest disadvantage towards the overall climatic conditions also, and as well as because deforestation is also very much disadvantageous towards this sedimentation. And next one is agriculture. And here agriculture is nothing but the tilling the land. Means because of this agriculture, what will happen means when we are doing the land tilling and other some ploughing like that one, it can also leads towards this sedimentation. Means agricultural activities can also lead towards the soil erosion, and the soil erosion that give rise towards the sedimentation in the near water bodies. These settlement can be seen in the water bodies. Means very high sedimentation can be occurred in the water bodies only. And the next is urbanization. And in this urbanization, because for the construction of the houses or very small high-rise buildings, we have to disturb them. Firstly, we have to cut the trees. Means cutting of the trees nothing but what? Disturbing the soil. Construction activity that will automatically disturb the soil. Because of the disturbance of this soil, that will leads towards the sediment that will just means washed into the storm drains and also the river during this heavy rainfall. And next one is mining. Mining means we are going to disturb the overall earth surface. Means if we are disturbing the earth surface continuously, means that also gives rise to the sediment loads in nearby water bodies like rivers and also the streams here. And next one is effect of sedimentation. And in this effect of sedimentation, firstly, that is water quality degradation. Means because of this sedimentation, we may lose the water quality. Means overall pure means water can be seen with like muddy water we can be seen because of this sedimentation. Why? Because when this sedimentation occur, that will carry the pollutants like heavy metals and also the pesticides directly into these water bodies. That also leads to the contamination of the water, and that will automatically reduce the water quality. Okay. And next one is habitat destruction. And in this habitat destruction, sedimentation can bury these aquatic habits. Means there will be smoothing of the plants and also the animals. That will automatically affect the overall animals, and also sometimes it will also affect our ecosystem also. So disturbing this biodiversity also, there will be loss of this biodiversity if the vegetation is lost, and that can if the vegetation is lost means automatically there will no food, and that will cause so much food scarcity among ourselves and also for the animals also. What they will do means sediments, they will just bury that aquatic habitats, and because of this burying also, that may lead towards the disrupting of this ecosystem. For example, we can say that is excessive sedimentation can cause the fish spanning grounds and also reduce the biodiversity. So we have to be very careful. So reforestation is very beneficial to avoid this type of soil erosion and also the sedimentation. And next one is reduced water storage capacity. Means if these sediments are continuously go towards the water bodies, means their sediments can be settled easily. Okay. Means settlement of that particles can give rise towards this reduction of the water storage. If that water storage is reduced, means we can't get the full amount of that water there. So in we can see in reservoirs and we can see in the lakes also, these sedimentation will get sedimentation, it reduces the water storage capacity by filling with the basin. Means that can be this overall storing of that water can be affected, and so that water supplying and also the flood controlling can be, we can't we can't control these floods, and also we can't supply the water also because of this sedimentation. And next one is navigation hazard. And in this navigation hazard, these when these sediment they build up in some area, means that can create the very shallow areas, means very huge areas it can make in the rivers and also in the harbors, and that will make the navigation very difficult, and that will require the dredging to maintain these shipping channels. Means we can see in some of the areas that these when there is a harbors like that, means of course there will be from the water only they are going to transport so many products towards the other countries. Okay. Means likewise when these sediments are very heavy in some water bodies, means navigation facility can be damaged because of these sediments. So if these sediments are increased in these water bodies, shipping can be very much difficult to do at that time. So if the sediments is already settled in that area, means we have to remove that one. Excessively it is having, means we have to remove. Otherwise it will be a great damage towards the water transportation sometimes. Okay. And next one is altered river channel. Means because of the deposition of sediments, it can overall water bodies can change its shape and also the course of rivers here. Because of this one, that will leads towards the flood pattern and also the erosion process downstream. So these when there will be altered in the river channels, means that will be a very difficult, means we can't know, means in the previous years this much of storage, means this much of storage can be seen in the river. But after some other years, that overall, because of this sedimentation, river storage is being decreased. So we can imagine how much of the sedimentation can be occurring in water bodies. Okay. And next one is control measures of sedimentation. And in this control measures of the sedimentation, that is first one, that is erosion control. Means we have to control this erosion. How we are going to control this one? Means we have to cover up the crops, and also there will be employing the no-till farming techniques, and also we have to plant the vegetation. That by making these practices also, we may reduce the erosion. And if we going to reduce the erosion, means that will be very much great profit towards the climatic conditions also. Next one is buffer zones. Means we have to establish the riparian buffer zones which having the vegetation along the waterways also. Means along the waterways, why we are doing means to trap and also filter out that sediments before it will reach the water bodies. Means if we are going to provide these water bodies, means when these water and also wind that will just be taking out our soil, means we have to take precautions like providing the buffer zones. Means by providing this buffer zones, that when these buffer zones can be, we have to provide along the waterways. If we provide along the waterways, means when there will be vegetation, means that vegetation can be trapped into that buffer zone, and it will also filter out the sediment before it can reach us the water body. And next one is sediment traps. And in this sediment trap, we have to construct the sediment basin or also traps. We can't capture this sediment, means it will be a very great damage towards the water bodies. So we have to construct a sediment basin or any trap to capture these sediments, and before it will run off towards the water bodies like oceans, rivers, lakes, and also the ponds. Next one is reforestation. Means we already know about the deforestation. Because of the deforestation also, this sedimentation is happening. Okay. First, this deforestation happen means soil erosion is going to happen, and because of that soil erosion, this sedimentation can be occurred. So if we are going to not cut the trees, it will be okay towards the overall climatic condition. But if already a damage is done, but if overall our global warming is very much damaging, so because of that one also we have to do this reforestation. Means plant trees, and also we have to restore the forest also in some deforested areas to reduce this type of erosion and also the sediment load which will be entering these water bodies. Okay. And next one is dredging. Here dredging nothing but the it will just periodically, means sometime it will take some weeks or some hours also, it will take some time. Means it will remove this overall sediment from the reservoirs, rivers, and also the harbors to maintain the overall depth, water depth of that one, and also the storage capacity. Means by human power also this can be done, or if any disasters happen, if any disaster is happen, means this dredging can be happened easily. Means when these tsunamis can be happen, means at that time dredging can be done easily. And coming to the next topic, that is population explosion. Means population explosion nothing but increase in the population. And almost I'm telling you about the India. In our India, almost according to 2024, we are having 1.4 billion people living in our country. Means we can imagine it's already our India is by coming to this population, we become the first populated country in the whole world. Means we can imagine China's overall vast area is very much big when compared with the India. But China people somewhat their population decreased in these years, which gives rise towards our India here. And this will refers towards the this population explosion refers towards the rapid and dramatic increase in the human population within the short span. Means within the short span, our India population growth is very much heavy when compared with other countries. Why? Because one of the main reason in our country is birth control. Why? Because in our India, some people they may give birth to some 10 people also. Some give birth towards 5 children. And by this one, without this birth control, we can't control this population. So this phenomenon is very much impacted our whole India also. It can be because of it can be significant towards the social, economic, and also the environmental implications. And next one is causes of this population explosion. And in these causes of the population explosion, our first cause is advances in medicine. Means we have to improve the healthcare first of all, and vaccination. In nowadays, our India also, it improved very much in the healthcare, vaccination, and also the medical technology. Means there will be so much drastical reduction in the mortality rates. Okay, that will particularly mainly in the infants and also the child mortality. That will give rise towards the longer life expectancies and also the higher growth of the population here. Means because of the advances in the medicine also, this popular explosion is occurring. And next one is increased birth rates. Means main cause, this is one of the main cause. Why? Because in many developing countries, so many cultural, whether it may be cultural, religious, or socio-economic factors, these are all contributing towards the high birth rates. Okay, and such will be prefer the large families, and there will be so much need for the children for them. Means some people think that they have to means they will be having so many children so that they can support their parents in the old age, like that they will think. Means when they are thinking like that, means there will be high growth in the birth rate. Okay, and next one is lack of family planning. And in this lack of family planning, in some of the countries there is a government only released the family planning. Means one family having only 2 children is the basic need for some of the countries. Okay, only 2 children, not more than that. Okay, they can reduce to one child also, but not more than 2 children they are going to give birth. Okay, that is one of the condition for some of the countries also. And means why this is happening, means because of the limited access towards this contraception and also the family planning education. So some rural area people, they don't know about this family planning also. So that will also leads towards the unintended pregnancies, and that will almost gives rise to this birth rates. And next one is agricultural revolution. And when there is advances in the agriculture, that will increase the food production also. Means what will happen, that will automatically reduce the drought condition, means famine, and also that will increase the population. If the food increase, means in some people they will think that okay, we can get sufficient food so that we can increase our family, like that one they will think, some people. Okay, that also becomes more available, and also that is affordable also. Next one is urbanization and industrialization. And some people they will migrate from rural areas towards the urban areas in search of this better economic opportunities. Means when they are leading their life in the urban areas, means there will be contributing towards the population growth in specific areas. Means their life will be very, in urban areas, some people may think that, okay, it can be easy to raise the kids here. Means, why? Because there will be so much development of the technologies like that one. So, because of that one also, there will be growth in the population. And next one is cultural and religious influences. And some of the people in some of the religions, okay, in some of the religions, some may think that having large families is necessary. So, when their families encouraging them to means to give birth for more children, means they will give birth to the more children. That will also leads towards the population growth. And next one is effects. Effects of this population growth, population increase. Nothing but by the population increase, we have to be very much think about the food. Why? Because there will be more food scarcity if the population is increasing day by day. There will be so much need for the water facility, food facility, and also that will this energy leads towards the depletion and also the scarcity. Okay, that's what this resource depletion is nothing but. When there is increased demand of this resources like water, food, that, and also this energy, this type of water, food, that can lead towards the scarcity and also the depletion. And next one is environmental degradation. Means overpopulation contributes towards the deforestation. Why? Because if people have to live in the houses, means they have to live in the houses, means they have to cut the trees and they have to level their land, then only they can construct their homes. Means because of this also deforestation increased and also population increased. Why? Because every family they will be having motor bicycles, or some people they may be having cars, tractors, like that one. Means if the population, more population will be having this overall vehicles, means that may produce the air pollution, noise pollution, like that one. Okay, and there will be loss of the biodiversity also, and there will be climatic change will be seen nowadays. Nowadays we will be already seeing this climatic change. And next one is economic strain. And in this economic strain, high population can lead towards the unemployment, poverty, and also the increase in economic inequality. Okay. Some middle class people and upper class people, they may get employment easily. But lower class people, they don't have the facilities to learn also. Means they can't afford that facilities. Okay. What will happen? They can't learn some minimum basics also. So they can't go for the higher studies. So unemployment can be seen. And why? Because some people they may studied very well, means higher studies they may already have it, but they may be some people they can't be talented, or some people they may be having some personal issues. So likewise, here also there will be so much unemployment because of the high population, and poverty will be there, and increase in the economic inequality of the country can be seen at that time. And next one is overburden infrastructure. Means these public services like transportation and healthcare, education, this also become very much necessity for overall our country, whether it may be our country or whether it may be world. These normal public services are very much necessary. But when the population are going to be increased, means there that will lead towards this quality of that public services and also the accessibility. Means in every rural area, these transportation may not be there, healthcare cannot be there. Means that people can be suffered because of this one. Next one is food insecurity. Means if the population growing is there, means that will increase in the demand of the food. Means that will lead towards the shortage and also the higher prices of the food. Means some people they can't buy that food products also. So by the increase of population, we will be having that shortage and also we can see higher prices of that food also. And next one is social problems, means overcrowding can also result in the high crime rates and also inadequate housing can be seen, and social unrest can be seen. These are all the social problems. Next one is health risk, means overpopulation is there, means there will be more chances to spread the diseases due to the poor sanitation. Why? Because in so many areas, very good sanitation will not be there. If the crowded in the crowded areas, it will be, we can see easily there only these spreading of the diseases can be seen. Okay, means if there are overpopulation, means of course in some areas crowd can be seen. Means in any type of some disasters happening, they can be get easily injured or get killed at that time. So due to this poor sanitation also, easily spreading of this disease can be seen. And next one is educational challenges, means if these schools may also get the may also become overcrowded, that also leads to the decline in education quality and also the access. Okay. And next one is urban sprawl. And in this one, when we are going to expand the cities, if we are going to expand the cities, means we have to cut the trees, means deforestation have to be done compulsory at that time. Means if the expansion of these cities, that can lead towards some loss of this agricultural land, that will increase the pollution there. Okay. Next one is global migration. And in this global migration, if the overpopulation is there, means that can drive towards the migration here, that will lead towards the origin and destination countries. Means some of the people, recently only we are seeing some countries, means some countries they are just believing the religious one, and so some people they are just throwing the people towards another country. Means migration can be done easily because of this overpopulation also. And next one is control measures, means how we are going to control this population explosion. Means family planning programs we have to conduct firstly, that is we have to provide access towards this contraception, and also reproductive health services can help towards this birth control rates. And next one is education and empowerment, means mainly we have to educate the women and also the girls. Why? Because women empowerment is very much necessary towards our society here. Means, and by empowering the women and also the girls, that will leads towards the means they can make the very good decisions about their family size also. Means next is economic incentives, means we have to, means government have to offer incentives or disincentives for the small families, like tax benefits and also the penalties. Likewise, we can just control the population explosion by using these measures. Next one is public awareness campaign, and because of this public awareness campaign, we can easily benefit the smaller families, and also we can tell the people the consequences of the overpopulation, like that one. Next one is improving healthcare, means by reduce the overpopulation, means we can also reduce the child mortality rates, so that their family don't feel to need have more children. Means nowadays when children means after giving the birth only, if the children is having some disease or some any problem, health issue, means that that can be cured using the medical facilities nowadays. Okay, that is one of the mortality rate we are having nowadays. So if that we have to reduce the child mortality rate, means so that they can't increase their families, means so they can tell that okay, only 2 children can be enough for us, like that one they can imagine. If the children is healthy only, they can be very much means they can think that no other children can be needed, like that one they will think. And next one is sustainable development. And in this sustainable development, we have to promote the practices that will balance the population growth with resources use, that will ensuring the long term sustainability here. And next one is policy measures. And in these policy measures, we have to implement the government policies that will support the family planning and women rights. Next one is urban planning. Means when we are developing the infrastructure and housing, they can accommodate the population growth. Okay. Means by developing the infrastructure means in that means we are having some zones, means according to the zones we can construct the houses up to some G plus 50 also. Okay, means if we are going to construct like that one, means so much of the overpopulation can be decreased. And next one is support of aging populations. And here aging of this population means we have to encourage the policies that will support the aging population. Means aged people, means aged people nothing but 50 plus. Means if that aged people, they may think they are very much safe and secured in the future, means they will think that means they will not encourage their younger ones to give birth to so many children. Okay. And next one is global cooperation. Means in this global cooperation, we have to work with the international organization to address these global population challenges, and they have to share their best practices also. Okay. And this is all about the population explosion and also the sedimentation. These are the references books. Thank you everyone.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.